This is a production of the Gold Arrow Podcast Network. Hello and welcome to the Gold Arrow Camp POG-Cast, a podcast for friends of Gold Arrow Camp. Throughout the year, we join you to bring your day some of what makes Gold Arrow special. Our goal is to help you have fun, make friends, and grow throughout the year, not just when you're at GAC. Since we can't get together in real life, we gather here around the virtual campfire. We'll have some of your favorite parts of morning assembly. We also have interviews with experienced campers and some of your favorite counselors. We think it's a lot of fun, and we're glad you joined us here on the podcast. This is episode 46, where we were joined from not-so-sunny England by Hilly. Today on the POG, we have a lovely chat with a lovely young man, Hilly. Hilly came to us on a J1 summer camp counselor visa from England. The J1 is a cultural exchange program that allows for international staff to come and be summer camp counselors in America. It's a wonderful exchange. These young people from around the world, this year we had people from Australia and England and Wales and Zimbabwe, Colombia, Mexico. They all get to come together and experience really what is a quintessential American experience, the American summer camp. And in exchange, our campers get to meet real people from around the world and know them as people, not as pictures in a geography book or stories they read on the internet. Chili and I had a great chat about cultural exchange and about camp in general, so here it is. It's Hilly. Oh, welcome to the podcast, Hilly. Welcome, Hilly.
Hi.
How you doing? How are things in England?
Yeah, they're really good. Lovely autumn weather in England, as usual.
Good. I'm thrilled to hear it. People tell me it's really lovely there this time of year.
This time of the year, it's probably the best weather we get.
So you're at, if I get this right, the University of Nottingham. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'm at the Nottingham Trent University.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
What do you study?
So I study professional policing, which is like a mixture of criminology and law. It's a good subject.
It sounds really interesting. Okay, so, but that's kind of you, but we're really here to talk about you as Hilly, not you as professional law and policing student. So I guess if you could kind of tell the people who are listening what you do for camp and kind of what your experience with camp is.
So at camp, I was a group counselor. And that just basically meant I took the kids to activities. I went to go on activities with the kids, made sure that they had fun, made sure that everyone else had fun in a way. I think that's the whole point of camp, having fun, really. And in my experience of camp, it was amazing. The atmosphere at camp, it's something else. I haven't experienced anything like that. And it's amazing.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the English have anything quite like what we call summer camp, right?
No, not as long as you have. We have like a week, but that's about it. And again, it's not as energetic and hyped up as it is.
Sure. So this year was your first year at camp, and I think we converted you. I think you like it. How did you end up kind of at GAC? Like, what does that path look like to get from kind of Nottingham to the High Sierra of California?
For me, it was going, hey, I've heard people have done summer camps abroad in America. Let's see what I can get out of this. And just happened to apply, and then went to a recruitment fair, saw Grizzly, got interviewed by Grizzly, and next thing I know, I'm on a plane to sunny Sierras.
That's awesome. So did camp kind of meet your expectations for, like, when you hear people talking about, oh, I went abroad, I did camp, or you meet Grizzly and Sterling at a hiring fair, did it live up to your expectations? Was it what you thought it would be?
Oh, yeah, and so much more. It was so much more than what I was expecting. I was expecting, oh, this is summer camp. It's going to be fun. And then it was like, no, this is summer camp. This is going to be a lot of fun.
That's
going to be so much more.
Part of the kind of mandate when we hire international staff is that it's a cultural exchange program. So you experienced kind of this very specific part of American culture, kind of working at a summer camp in California. What was the biggest surprise for you kind of culturally about coming to the States?
If I'm honest, just how big the United States are. I feel like California is the size of the United Kingdom, and I didn't believe that until I actually went down and went to pick up some kids, and I was just like, okay, that's a long drive.
Right.
That was longer than I was expected. And I think that was the biggest thing that sort of shocked me in a way. It's just how big everything is in America.
Yeah, it's I agree, because even for me, just the West is so big, because I grew up kind of in the Midwest, and like a long drive was like 3 hours to Chicago, and I got to California and it's like 3 hours to a lot of places, and then there's further yet. What was you talked about being a GC, so you were with your boys kind of all day every day. You went to activities with them, you lived in the cabin, the whole deal. What was the hardest part of that?
We'd sit at dinner and then you'd be like, the boys would be sort of having a conversation that probably isn't dinner appropriate. But at the same time, you're with them and you're like, I don't want to ruin their fun, but hey guys, we're at the dinner table, maybe we should talk about how our co's or how my co's days were, or what they did, or sort of trying to get that balance of acting my age, but also acting the age that the boys needed me to be and when they needed to be. And it was finding that difference and knowing when to be what.
No, I think what you're talking about is the reason that camp is so powerful, right? Is that for the campers, you're a near peer mentor, right? You're close enough to be cool. Like, I'm an old person, I don't know anything, but you're young enough to be cool. And so how can you use that in a way to guide them that's still fun, right? That's tricky. And I agree. I think that's the hardest part. I think a lot of people would think, oh, the hardest part must be like keeping them in line or like managing 10 boys. And I think a lot of that stuff comes fairly naturally. But yeah, it's what you're talking about where you're like, oh, do we really want to talk about farts at the dinner table? On the one hand, probably not. On the other hand, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so same kind of question. You're a GC, you lived in the cabin with the boys, you're with them all the time, you go to activity. What's the best part about that?
I think just going to the activity with the boys, getting to see them, for some of them, try new things and break the fear or their fears. But I mean, Cool Cove this year was probably the highlight of my summer, if I'm honest. It was just, everyone went there and everyone knew Cool Cove. Like by session 4, kids were like, can we go to Cool Cove? Because I heard that's the place to be at camp.
Yeah, because there's like a giant sup ends up there, and the whoosh is there, and the corkles are there, and it's just then fun in the water, right?
Yeah.
And
they just get to be who they want to be, and it's great.
Yeah. I think camp writ large is kind of like the Corkle Cove of the world. It's the cool place where I can go and I can just have fun. But it's like the distilled down bit of that. What is looking back on the whole summer, what's your favorite camp memory?
I would have to say the dances. And it's just like the whole of camp comes together and you're in Granite Grove and everyone's having fun. They're either dancing, they're either sat at the tables playing games, card games, but everyone there is having fun. And the counselors are intermingling with their kids. And everyone, you look around and you look at the pictures and everyone's just got a huge smile on their faces. Like, it's the end of camp soon, but we can still have fun and we still know how to have fun.
Ooh, and I think we don't do a lot of things where everyone is there.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of activities where every single person, but the dance, literally every single person, like the kitchen guys come down. And they come to the dance, and like all the directors there, all the kids are there, all the staff is there, and we're in one place, not all necessarily doing the same thing, right? Some people playing cards, board games, the photo booth, they're at the snack, they're getting a snack. But yeah, everybody seems to be happy. And I think we sleep pretty well after the dance.
Yeah, I think that's very true.
Yeah. All right, Hilly. We've got the picture. Now it's time for the speed round. 5 questions we ask absolutely everybody who comes on the podcast. Hilly, what's your favorite camp song?
The Moose.
The Moose.
The Moose.
He's on the loose with juice.
Yeah.
What's your favorite item on the salad bar?
Tomatoes.
Okay. What's your favorite lip balm flavor?
The mango flavor.
Oh, Mobo mango.
There we go, Mobo mango.
Yes. Around the campfire at night, mallows or popcorn?
Mallows.
And finally, Hilly, what's your real name?
It is.
Oh, no, we're all out of time. We'll have to have you back on the podcast. Hilly, thanks so much for coming on.
No worries. It's been a pleasure.
Why is it called Joke of the Day if it's not funny?
I was at the zoo the other day, and I was talking at the reptile house with a zookeeper, and she asked me if I knew what the difference between a crocodile and an alligator was. So do you guys know what the difference between a crocodile and an alligator is? One you'll see in a while, and one you'll see later. You get it? You get it? After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. At camp, we love making friends, but we know it's harder to make friends at home. That's why we bring you this, the Friendship Tip of the Week. So this month, we've been talking kind of in the concept of celebrating our friends, right? We talked about bringing attention to somebody who deserves it for doing something big or small. We talked about spreading positive gossip among your friends last week. And this week, we think a great idea is plan a fun afternoon or a day, maybe even like a Saturday or Sunday, something on the weekend, to celebrate your friendship just because. Like just say, let's just get together because we're friends. We don't need an occasion other than to celebrate our friendship. And that'd be an awesome friendship tip. Today's GACspiration comes from one of the all-time great artists in the world, Vincent van Gogh, who famously said, "There is nothing more artistic than to truly love people." Well, that does it. That brings a close to another episode of the POG-Cast. Special thanks to Hilly for joining us all the way from England to talk about camp and why he loved it. Special thanks to Cheerio for putting together the friendship tip every week. And especially a special thanks to you for listening. We appreciate you giving a little part of your week to listen to us talk about camp. It really reinforces to us that we are a camp family. Thanks so much. If you enjoy the show, share it with somebody. They don't need to go to Gold Arrow. They could still enjoy this. Rate it, review it wherever you get podcasts. And as always, if you want to get in contact with us, you can send us an email, WOW, at goldarrowcamp.com. I'm Soy, and I'll save a marshmallow for you.